Hi friends, my name is Michaela and I am a stay-at-home mom with two boys. I have a 3-year-old whose name is Zealand, and then I have an 8-month-old named Dexlin. They are my world. I absolutely love them. But for today's video, I want to talk to you about hand, foot, and mouth because we are currently going through it and it has been miserable. Like, it's been terrible. So if you are going through it, then this video is for you because you are not alone. We are currently on day 8 and we're finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. I have experienced this before with my 3-year-old when he was 6 months old, and surprisingly, it was totally different than what my 8-month-old is going through right now. Thankfully, only one of my boys has this, but it's definitely been terrible. It's been rough. So I just kind of want to go over some tips and tricks that is helping us right now. And maybe some of these things will help you. And if not, maybe this will just encourage you that it will get better. It's not going to stay this bad. So let's go ahead and get started. So I just kind of want to go from the beginning and talk to you about just everything, I guess. So how I started figuring out my son had this, again, this is my 8-month-old that has this, not my 3-year-old, which is crazy to me how my 8-month-old has it, but my toddler doesn't. So the very first day, he woke up and was already super fussy. I could not figure out what was going on. Everything I'd done that day just did not help him. So I was like, okay, maybe we're just having an off day. Maybe he just needs to take a nap. When I say he did not hardly nap that first day, like I could not lay him down. I could not do anything. I had to hold him all day. Well, finally that evening, he started feeling warm. He started running like a very low fever. And that's when I was like, okay, this is starting to make sense. Maybe he's got like some kind of virus, a cold. I feel like around this time of year, we constantly are keeping like the runny noses and stuff around here. So I was like, okay, maybe it's just that. But it actually ended up being something way worse. So it wasn't until day 2 that I was like, okay, yeah, we're going to have to go to the doctor. Something's not right. Day 2 was the same symptoms as day 1, only this time they were elevated. The night before, he would just wake up like every hour and do nothing but scream. And I'm not talking about like just like crying, like he was screaming and I did not know what was going on. I thought I was gonna have to take him to the ER. So when that morning came around, I started noticing what I thought was like a rash, and he had a little bit on his cheek and then he had it on his knees. And so this is why I think I was so shocked and I didn't think he had like hand, foot, and mouth, because with my first son, it was on his hands and his feet and around his mouth. But for my 8-month-old, he got a little bit on his cheek and on his knees. And his knees were really broke out. They actually became like really like bumpy and like really red and irritated. His cheeks never really got that bad. But on day 2, he would not eat anything. He's 8 months old. We started him on purees, just little bitty things that I know he's not going to get choked on. He wouldn't eat anything, wouldn't drink any milk, like nothing. Nothing I did that day was working. So I was like, okay, let's call the doctor. So we go to the doctor and we go over everything. She finally looks at his rash and looks in his mouth and she's like, yep, he has sores all in the back of his mouth, all in the back of his throat. And that's when we were like, okay, he has hand, foot, and mouth. And I was like, is it normal for him not to have like a rash or like the little bumps like on his hands and things? And she said, surprisingly, yes, she's seen a lot of cases where it's only like in their mouth or maybe on their knees or elbows. So I was like, okay, well, I've been through this before. So I know that it does get better even when it seems like it's not going to. I promise you it does. So I guess at that point, I was like, okay, what can I do to help him. And these were some of the things that she recommended. Again, I'm not a doctor. This is what my doctor told me. So of course, if you're going through this, ask your doctor, ask your pediatrician what they think is best for your baby. But this is what mine told me to do for Dexlin. So I want to go over a few products now that has just kind of helped us. Again, we're on day 8. His symptoms are so much better. Only thing, honestly, he still has is just a little bit of, I guess, those little tiny bumps on his knees. They're not like raised up, or bumps, I should say, but like you could tell that there was something there. So let's go ahead and get into all the products because I have a few, not many. There's not really much that they can do for this. It's kind of like just wait and see and just kind of do a lot of loving, cuddling, all of those things. Okay, so the very first thing I done when I started noticing the bumps, the rash, is use my go-to, Aquaphor. I love this stuff. Honestly, Vaseline and stuff would probably work too, but Aquaphor, notice me like always grabbing this, like if my babies have like a rash or anything. Honestly, this just helped him so much, and I think, I don't know, I just felt so much better putting this on him. And yeah, so I'd highly recommend Aquaphor. If you don't have any, they also sell it in the smaller ones too if you don't want to buy the big one. Pretty much any store carries this. So I highly recommend this. And then so my son, he had a lip tie and tongue tie procedure done. So I had some of these and I asked my doctor if maybe these would help, because it kind of helps like numb the mouth, like kind of like an Orajel for teething and things. So they are a homeopathic medicine called the Camellia Drops. And I absolutely love these. I would kind of give them to him 2 or 3 times a day when he was having just all those sores in his mouth. It was hurting him to swallow. I felt like these helped him. So what these are is it comes in like a pack like this. And they're like tubes, like eye drops. Like, I don't know if you've ever got the Refresh eye drops, but that's literally what it looks like. And they're these. So you just like break one off, you open the cap, and I used a whole like capsule, like a whole one of these in his mouth. And he actually didn't mind the taste. I don't really think it has a taste, but he did not mind it at all. And honestly, like I was at this point willing to try anything and everything, because like I said, it was pretty rough. I will say days 3 through 5 was probably the worst. Maybe honestly day 3 and 4, because 5, like it was still a little rough, but like I think anything was better than day 3, day 2. But 3, like all of his like sores and stuff were there, like everything was happening, like he wouldn't eat or drink anything because everything was just hurting his throat. So I would say those days are probably the worst. So because of that, my doctor recommended like some kind of pain medicine, Tylenol, ibuprofen, just anything. I like to use the Genexa because it has cleaner ingredients. And it's for ages, it says 2 through 11, but she told me like the correct dosage to use for the Genexa. So I preferred using this instead of Tylenol just for the ingredients, but either or would work, honestly. And then I did buy some Orajel. I only used this, I think, like 2 days, just because I didn't know exactly if this was working or not. I had the daytime and the nighttime. It came in like a pack together. I think it was at Target I got this. But I did try to put this kind of like more on his tongue. Only when he wasn't gonna like really be eating like his baby food, just kind of drinking milk. Try to help numb. Honestly, like I said, I was doing anything and everything I could just because I just really, really wanted him to feel better because he was miserable. And another thing that really helped was popsicles. Like I said, he wasn't eating, drinking, so I was just worried that he was going to get dehydrated. So my pediatrician said just give him popsicles, anything that is cold, soothing, Gatorade, if he'll even drink Gatorade. She was like, it's better for him to get something in him than to not have anything at all. So we did a lot of popsicles, the like day 2, 3, 4. We did a lot of popsicles. And then finally day 5, 6, 7, and we are currently on day 8. So much better. He's back to eating like normal. He's drinking his milk like he should be. And I do believe these products did kind of just help us along the way. I'm not saying that these are probably like the only thing you can use or anything, but this was just stuff that our doctor recommended, and I feel like really did help my sweet little boy. And I hope that some of these maybe could help your little one if you are currently going through. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching today's video. I plan on doing a lot more YouTube videos, so make sure you like and subscribe for more videos to come. You know, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I love making these videos of just little tips and tricks that I've learned along the way. And sorry about where I'm sitting today. Both of my boys are actually asleep downstairs, so I had to run up here really fast and where it would be quiet. So I'm currently in the playroom right now, but we made it through today's video. And again, I am just so thankful that you decided to watch this video. It really helps. I can't wait to grow my relationship with you guys. And until next time, bye. Thank you.